This is Great Day Houston. Hope after Harvey.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Great Day Houston, Hope After Harvey. Now, when you say Great Day Houston, it might sound a little weird right now because a lot of people are not having great days. But what was great is the way people responded when people were in need. Harvey obviously took all of us. It didn't matter who you were, didn't matter how much money you had, but what came out on the other side is people who didn't intend to be heroes became heroes. And that's what we're celebrating today, and how you can also be a point of light and a hero in the aftermath of Harvey. Our first guest today found himself in trouble, so what did he do? After that, he turned around and helped others. He returned the favor. Trae the Truth, our famous Houston rapper here, hello there. And also with him is UFC heavyweight Derrick Lewis. All right, I'm gonna go back to the moment. We all heard the warnings, we all hunkered down. When was the first moment you realized you were in trouble?
Probably Sunday, Friday, once I felt like we made it through the night, we were gonna be okay, but Saturday, I noticed the rain wasn't slowing up. Sunday, the rain was getting worse, and came Monday, it was up to the driveway, so it's like either I'm gonna prepare to bunker down or I need to get out of here. So
yeah, and that's the crazy part. When it's up to the driveway, you still have hope it's gonna stop right there, right? But is that the first moment when it kind of entered your mind that if it comes in the house, and then how high will it come?
Definitely, that's definitely what I was thinking about. So, and then my youngest of my three boys was there, so it was like I couldn't risk it. I had to get them up out of there.
Yeah. All right. So your brother came to help.
Yeah, my son. And it's so crazy because when he called, he like, man, this is getting serious. And usually he'll be the one to be joking. He like, it's getting serious. I'm coming to get you. I'm like, no, we'll be all right. I'll figure it out. And after I got a call and he said he was minutes away, I'm like, okay. Yeah, this probably
Had
serious.
he not come to get you out, what do you think would have happened?
I don't know. I mean, we found the way to get out of this somehow. The difficult part is when you have a younger one, you don't want to really travel with them water. So what ended up happening, when he came, he couldn't get in because it was a long length from my house to the part of the neighborhood where you get out the gate, and it was all underwater. So him and one of my homies from around there named Justin and them decided to come in the water because the people were telling us, don't walk through the water, it's alligators and snakes.
Right.
But at this point, it's like, what do you do? That's the only way out, and it's not an option to drive through there. And at that time, boats wasn't in the city like this, so we took our chance.
Yeah, and when you got out, a lot of people would say, wow, okay, we got through that. But you felt compelled to do something else.
Yeah, that night, I didn't feel comfortable at all. I went actually.
And why?
You
didn't feel comfortable because why?
Just realizing how serious it was and how helpless you can feel, and just knowing how I felt, I could only imagine what those who were already underwater were going through, and those who were stranded in the streets because cars were getting drifted away, everything. And it was just like me, as much as I love my city, I feel it's my responsibility to stand up.
Because you went out to rescue people yourself.
Definitely. They brought some boat. That night I went to Katy Mills with where the National Guard was, and that's where everybody's meeting to send the boats out through the city. And I sit there, actually slept that night in the truck waiting on the first mission, and
You
I got
grabbed
up.
boats and addresses and trucks. You mentioned that cars were drifting in the water. Now, regular cars might, but monster trucks won't. And that's, Derrick, where you come in with your monster trucks.
Yes.
And so when did you realize he had been in trouble and how you could help?
First of all, it was like the rain was coming down real bad on my streets, and it was no flooding. And so me and my wife, we watched the news and seen that just about a mile away from my house, it was like 4 or 5 feet of water. And so I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and try to help them because we heard on the news that the police officers wasn't going to come by unless it's life or death situation. And so I just went on out and started saving people left and right, then started getting more calls in and saying that they need me on south side of town. So I want going over there because my truck sits pretty high, so I could go places where other cars can't. And so I wound up meeting up with Trae, and we wound up going around the city just helping whoever we can.
And you never know who you're going to rescue, right? Because as I mentioned earlier, we were all kind of in this together. And it turns out you run into a NBA basketball player.
What it was, one of the people who brought the boat, come to find out that they knew him. But as we're bringing the boat out to rescue, my whole thought process is, let's just get to work. I don't want to sit still. Whatever we need to do, we're going. And he was like, there's 2 kids there. They say the water's getting high. They haven't 8 days. So at that point, when they told me how the youngest one may have been 4 or 5, I was just like, we need to go now.
Yeah.
And when we got there, it just so happened it was him and the kids.
Jonathan Simmons?
Yeah. But even still, when I rescued them, I didn't put 2 and 2 together. And at the end of the day, I wasn't gonna go out there, well, I think I saved somebody who played basketball, nothing like that, until I wake up one day, a day later when I'm rescuing people, and I see a USA Today article and an NBA article, everybody tagging me, saying I rescued Jonathan Simmons. So.
Yeah. It's one of those things that you think you're gonna wake up the next day and go do something like that. But what is it in you, and what is it that you hope that other people can learn, because there's going to be something else coming around the corner at some point in life that we can learn from this experience? Because as you said, you didn't even recognize who it was, you just knew that you had to save people.
Yes, ma'am. I think the good thing, even it's a blessing for you to have us on here, it plants the seed, because sometimes you have people that need motivation. Sometimes others feel that if it's not something that directly affects them, it's not their business. But when you see people like us doing that, it kind of keys them up to understand how serious it is. So my whole thing is just about, we showed the whole world that everybody, not just Houston, everybody in Texas and surrounding areas could come together. Because if you go out now amongst the communities like we doing every day, you find that people from Florida, I teamed up with Operation Barbecue Relief. That's a man from Alabama. They provided over almost 200,000 meals to the city of Houston just the last week.
Wow. All right, and Derrick, for you, you have a family too. What compelled you to go out and help?
You know, I'm the type of guy, I'm a family-oriented type of guy, so I really want everyone to stick together, and it really sucks to see everyone, they wait for a disaster to happen, then try to be united, you know, and I'm just hoping, like, after this, everyone just always be like this all the time.
Yeah, it's interesting coming from a fighter. But you're a lover in your private life, right?
Of course, yeah.
All right. You have a nonprofit called Angels by Nature.
Yeah, Angel by Nature. Of course, you know, that's what I've been doing Trae Day with, and been doing in the community for over a decade easily. So what I decided to do is, a lot of my entertainer people were trying to find ways to donate, and I was watching people go to Red Cross and other organizations, but I was hands-on. I went to the George R. Brown. I'm in the community every day, and I'm watching people.
And you're a part of our community every day. Let me just say that you've done other great things in the community, especially for our kids. So this should be no surprise that you stepped up like this. But you know, as Derrick was saying, you wish that people could be like this every day. But Angel by Nature, I'm sorry I interrupted you.
So a lot of people, I'm watching people go, okay, well, let me go to this line, and FEMA may direct them here, and then they'll go here, and they direct them back here somewhere else. So it's like, at first I was gonna start the GoFundMe at like 50. They're like, no, bro, you can trust me. People understand what we're trying to do. You can raise it. So it's set at 250, and within 2 days I already got like 130,000. I just got a call that Allred, who plays for the Spurs, said he was going to donate 100,000. We're just trying to raise money where I can at least plant the seed to go for their immediate needs. Schools start back in a week or so. Some people lost everything, so we have to figure out how to make
kids
sure
school clothes, school supplies.
There we took the school clothes, school supplies. I went to George R. Brown. We took walkers, wheelchairs. I mean, it's so much need right now. It's just unbelievable. But the good thing is everybody's coming together. Like I went to see Mattress Mac last night just to tell him I appreciate him opening the doors, and he needed water. So as we sitting here, I got a Sprinter van full of water going that way. Yeah. So we just trying to work and make it happen, because we'll probably be dealing with this till this time next year. I don't think it's gonna stop anytime soon. And
in between then, Derrick, you have a UFC fight coming up?
Yes, I have a fight coming up at October the 7th. I really was supposed to have been training for it like 2 weeks ago, but I've been really out helping everyone.
Yeah. Well, I think in lieu of that training, you'll be blessed with winning that fight, because we're going to be cheering for you. All right.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very, very much for what you did. All right, when we come back, could you be a point of light? Yes, in the middle of that whole storm, it was important to have these heroes, but now we need more heroes to help put lives back together again. We'll show you how everyone can take part in that next.